Hi, everybody. Welcome to See Joy and Expand podcast. I'm Christian Joy, and welcome to this space. Thank you for joining while we're in this crazy, chaotic world. And in my podcast, this is the space where the imaginal meets the physical, the 5D meets the 3D, the weird and magical meet the mundane. I am a quantum hypnotist and intuitive life coach. I'm also a Reiki master. And in this episode, I get into the three types of people when the world is in chaos and what are your aligned actions based on those three types. And it's three situations, three different people in three different situations. What is your aligned action moving forward? How do I move when the world is in a state of chaos? I love this episode. Very off the cuff. Basically, not off the cuff, but I did it on the fly. I was basically channeled and downloaded from my personal experience as to what to do next when the world is in a state of chaos again, or it's been. It's been for some time. Um, Anywho, if you're new here, I do offer free Reiki if you have a activated nervous system or whatever you need that keeps you from being present. I offer Reiki through paid subscription on Substack. It's $7.77 a month. You can sign up for as many times as you need. And it's only limited to my capacity. So I slot off times like 2 or 3 times a day. All you have to do is become a paid subscriber and email me about the Reiki, and I'll set you up with an appointment. Thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoy this one. I hope it's helpful in this crazy time we're going through. Hi, everyone. Welcome to See Joy and Expand podcast, and I'm your host, Christian Joy. And y'all know me by now. I'm just going to be talking about whatever my energy is leading me to. And the ice raids are coming in hot this week. And I mean, they've been happening for a while now, but because it's hitting close to home, like it's happening in LA and it's really ramping up, I'm feeling it all. But before I move on, because I am going to talk about it, I just wanted to share because today at noon, I held an energetic collective group Reiki. So whoever joined in, you didn't even have to register and join in on it on Zoom. I believe in universe's unlimited capacity for possibilities. So anybody could join in from wherever they are and they're not on Zoom, send their intentions and share their energy and it was for detainees, victims of the ice raids that are going on right now. And the funny part is, I usually send a post Reiki message, which I'll share here right now. And I sent that message to an immediate group on Signal, or no, it was Telegram, whatever. I'm on a lot of things. And I accidentally sent it to my family chat instead, my post Reiki stuff and message. And they're like born again Christian now. And my brother and my sister-in-law have been longtime atheists. So, of course, of course. And I'm like, oops, oh well. Can't take it back now. Somebody saw it. I did delete it, but somebody saw it. Maybe next time I won't delete it if I do that again. I mean, they all know what I do now, but they don't know how deep I go into this whole world, so they got a little taste of it. That being said, Um, just had the Reiki session. And for those of you who were not able to join in it on real time, okay, I'm a quantum hypnotist and an intuitive life coach. My quantum hypnotist part of my work is that I do not work within the confines of space and time. So when I was sharing this with my friends too, to like join if they have the space for it, you don't have to join in at the time it's happening. I just chose a time, so we have like an arrow to point at, and set the intention that this is the moment in time you're sharing your energy in this space, and the intentions were like love and protection and guidance and all the things for everybody who's being affected, the people who are being detained, the people, the families that they were a part of. Um, and yeah, I do a lot of past self work, future self work, like all of it happens at this present moment. So I also shared in that chat that, like, and this is a message for you guys too, if you're just witnessing this message right now at this very moment, you can listen to what I'm going to say next about what transpired, or pause right now and pause this recording, take a few deep breaths, and send the intention out to the people out there that are being affected by all um, this catastrophic system that we have that's no longer working. And it's happening to real people right now. It's like happening literally in my backyard. I live in LA and OC. So it's all happening all over Southern California. Take a pause and take a deep breath and close your eyes. A few deep breaths. And hold space for those people. Send them love and send them, and with your intentions, send them peace, safety, protection, gratitude. Gratitude came through because even though they're going through this, we are equally learning from this experience. And that's why that word came through. And pause it for a moment and pause this recording for however long you need while you hold space for those who are in the moment experiencing all of this right now. If you haven't been with my work for or if you haven't been following me on Substack for a while, I do get into these heavy topics. I'm a woo-woo girly, and I like talking about all these things that happen in our 3D world, because our 3D and 5D world are not apart. I explained that idea and concept in the last episode, episode 45, how 3D and 5D are not separate, and moving forward, we're bringing 5D energy into our 3D world. And how do that concept is applied to what's going on now in this moment. So when we take a moment of presence and in unity and in connection, we're participating in 5D energy. It is an energy. It's not a look. It's not a aesthetic. It's an energy that you can lend to people who are experiencing very 3D things, which is fear, separation, despair, um, all the things. So, that being said, let me talk about what, now that you are coming back on this recording after you've taken your space to hold space for people who are in the moment being affected by all the things. I wanted to share what I received. I'm also a Reiki master, you guys. I'm like collecting all these titles, and I don't advertise them all because I'm a manifesting generator, and my list of titles would be like a dictionary long. So I also do Reiki now. I love this journey. If you're a manifesting generator in human design, follow me because you're gonna see what it looks like to be a manifesting generator in our 3D world, aligned by her design. So this is what I got. I'm gonna just read it because this is what I shared with my pals who did participate in real time. And I said, I just finished. If you're reading this message later, there's no such thing as too late. The only time is now. This is my post Reiki message when I connected into the Reiki field or the energy of the collective for people who needed this, the people affected by the ice raids and their families. The only time is now. You can connect to this moment whenever you have space for it and add your loving presence to the energy. This is basic timeline Reiki. You and hypnotists do this as well. Even traditional hypnotists, they do this work as well. They work in past, present, and future. And when we do this work, we tap into our past selves to heal that past version of ourselves. Um, and then we can tap into our future selves to heal or connect with our future selves. Like, who are we stepping into? You can do this in this work as well. It's all about connection. That's 5D. And then the message continues on to say, if you intend on participating on at a later time, I connected with your future self's energy and it was received with the most love and appreciation. I connected everyone to Reiki who resonates with connecting with Reiki so that they can channel and add to the field of the Reiki field. Um, and let me add a little bit to that if you don't understand what that means. So, the way I look at Reiki is that I'm merely a space holder for Reiki to be channeled through me. Everybody has a connection to Reiki. All you have to do is intend to connect to Reiki and you're connected to Reiki. That's it. Universe doesn't make things complicated, only our human minds. And but the difference between getting trained is that I'm attuned to the lineage of Reiki that I'm attuned to, which is Yusui. And I am trained in the symbols that are used for Reiki and Reiki levels 1, 2, and master level Reiki. So you can set an intention even if you've never um, trained in Reiki to connect with Reiki, and you will be a space holder for Reiki just based on intention. That's how powerful we are as humans. That's where our power begins, honestly, if you haven't explored. Just set an intention, but it took me a long time to figure out intentionality. I'm getting the hang of it more. So wherever you are with learning intention, just say, and if you don't know how to set an intention, just say, I want to connect with Reiki right now so that I can be a space holder for this Reiki, for the people who need it most in this moment. And those people that I'm channeling Reiki to is the folks that are being affected by the ice raids right now. It doesn't have to be that long. I'm just like long-winded sometimes. Also, the message continues. Okay, so this is what I saw when I was channeling Reiki to everybody's being affected. I saw the Reiki energy sprinkle all over the US to the people it was intended for in the past, present, and future. Safety, love, guidance, and protection. Root and sacral chakra are activated. Their guides, ancestors, and loved ones are with them, and a reminder that even though they're removed from their homes, those who are detained have each other. I was like, ooh. And I could see like the energy, like I said, sprinkle all over the states. I connected with different people. I did a lot of, I saw the Reiki enter the root and sacral chakras so that they can be rooted in this very scary time. Because when we're not rooted, our minds will take us wherever it wants to go, out of fear, out of anxiety, grief. And I saw everyone's guides and ancestors and angels, hovering around everybody. So they are not alone. And the overall message for the Reiki was, in our collective shadow, miracles happen. And I have a great Substack that's coming up soon. I've just been so like immersed in what's been going on in our collective in the States regarding the ICE raids. And it's about manifesting in the shadow. Manifesting is possible in the shadow. And if I don't believe that's possible, then how am I not believing universe's unlimited capacity for what is possible? If I do not believe that's possible, how am I denying universe's unlimited capacity for what is possible? And what is universe? The collective, source, God. All of us are one. And you are the collective, I am the collective, we are the collective. You guys should listen to, John and I had human design night last night, and because I was hot with my inner rage and sacred fury, I was like, I'm not talking about generators tonight. I'm going to talk about what's going on in the collective, because it's literally happening, all around me. Like, the ice raids are happening all over. And like downtown LA is like about 30 miles away from me. So it's not lost on me, like the privilege I have to be in a safe space. And then also knowing if I do walk outside, I could get, questioned for my citizenship. What world are we living in? It's so wild. This timeline is so crazy. Anywho, in our collective shadow, miracles can happen. And it's a story of how manifestation is possible during, even in our shadowy moments. So look out for that. I shared in the last episode, the trigger warnings that are related to that, story. I'm going to share it here. It's, um, sexual abuse and child sexual abuse. And that being said, that was the message that I received after Reiki. You can join in right now. That moment in time is all with us now. We can tap into any moment in time, past, present, or future. And all of the change happens in this present moment when we take a moment, take a deep breath, have a moment of presence, and add to the energy, add to the collective love that we are connected to. If you're privileged enough to feel safe enough to share your abundance of safety within you, your abundance of right. Let me word it this way. So, what I've been on to lately is, and I love this. I shared this in the last episode too. I'm like, I had to say it like a few times because I was like, how did I say this? The truest measure of abundance in chaotic times is a regulated nervous system. So, girly, if you're out there, or my metaphysical dudes, or my non-binary lovers, like, if your nervous system is so regulated right now because you got your self-care tools down pat, you are an abundant motherfucker right now. You are abundant as fuck. Because a lot of people don't have that. They don't have that. If your nervous system doesn't come first, then you're not holding space or helping anybody because you didn't put the oxygen mask on yourself first. So now that I'm talking about nervous system, I wanted to record today because it feels important because I like ramble on a lot and I didn't even write notes for this, but I'm going to do my best to keep it in a logical order so people can write notes on this, and I'll even add it in the show notes so like it's like a step-by-step process for people. Like, and this episode, based on the title, I haven't figured out what the title is. I don't know until I get there. I wanted to give practical advice um, for what to do during times like these because you know what, you guys, we're in the middle of the shedding of the 3D energies, the low vibrations, and it's going to be a very shadowy period for our collective humanity in the coming years. So, and I was watching TikTok live. I just have to giggle about this. If you're a millennial, you were born in the generation of Pluto and Scorpio, our time is coming. And this astrologer was saying that our time is coming. Like the millennials that were born with Pluto and Scorpio, this is what we were born for, which is crazy. How to move through the world in chaotic times. And I was like, that's wild because I did go through a lot in my life. We went through challenging times. And this is where we get to step up and show our skills and help everybody out and moving forward because it's going to get crazy. And you're not going to be uh, you're not going to be separate from it. We are stepping into a collective world where unity and collective will come first. So, where you believed in your separation, it will bring up, challenge you, maybe even trigger you into being more of a community mindset, thinking about your neighbor. And if you're not, and I don't think you're going through ice rate stuff. If you're listening to this podcast, I assume that you're in a safe space. If you're listening to this and wondering, what can I do? I wanted to give practical step-by-step advice on how to move forward in trying times because this is what it's going to look like moving forward. It's going to, the facade is breaking, the veil is lifting, and all of the shadows of our systems is coming to light, and there's going to be a lot of chaos as we move through the shedding. And why millennials and those with the sign, I think they're all millennials, Pluto and Scorpio placement is that we had to go through shedding in our personal lives. We had to go through the chaos in our personal lives. And now the collective is going to step into it. And we're going to be here for each other for it. So, step-by-step advice. Back to the analogy of putting the oxygen first on yourself before others. How this applies and how I share it in my work is you have to tend to your nervous system first. Granted, if you are really not in a safe place right now, which I have a hard time believing that you are, and you're listening to this podcast. But if you are not in a safe space, go find your safe space. Find a safe space. That is your first step. For whatever reason you're not feeling safe, that is your first step. Because you're not helping anybody from that place. You have to tend to yourself first. 2, if you are in a safe space and your nervous system is dysregulated, there's a lot of stuff going on in media that's anxiety inducing, fear driven. First, I'm going to say there's other parts of the algorithm that's more empowering. So if you would seek out people that help you feel empowered and emboldened so that you can act. Those same people will also tell you to put your body first. It is a radical act of resistance if we put our bodies, our rest, our recuperation first. I have an intimate experience within myself over rest and taking action. And it's very easy. I have a lot of fire in my astrology. Very easy for me to just want to do the thing. And then I realize that I can't keep doing the thing because I'll get burnt out or get PTSD. When all the stuff in Palestine was happening, like, how long ago? It was like October, it was late 2023. I dove in headfirst into all of that content because my energy, it was a message for me to explore that area of our collective. And it's deep and it's dark. In fact, I like watched all the content from all the Palestinian creators. I do keep in touch with it. It's on one of my Telegram feeds so that I know what's going on in the Middle East still. And I have like a touch on that. I know it's still catastrophic over there. And I'm realizing now through that experience, because I actually experienced PTSD, like looking at it like every single day, because my energy was drawn to it. It was a message from my guides. And I learned a lot about spiritual activism through that. I learned a lot about being aware. Because if you are not aware, let me put it this way, you cannot heal what you are not aware of. And girl, did I become aware of a lot of things. Like I broke down a lot of programming that I received ever since I was a child about my country. Ever since I did that deep dive. There are books on that. I'll put them in the show notes. If you're a book reader instead of like listening to content on it, I'll link them. I linked them. Actually, you know what? I will link the old Substack that I wrote on it, and then you guys can find resources there because I did at one point I was helping uh, an acquaintance that lives in Palestine right now with what resources I had, which was sharing my voice and my request for help for this Palestinian family. And that was another example of how miracles happen in the shadow. I was able to raise $20,000 for this Palestinian family, and without that money, they would not have been able to eat this whole time. And the food prices there are inhumane, astronomically inhumane. Like $20 for a gallon of milk or something. It's like okay. I'm getting off topic though. Um so putting your nervous system first. Put your nervous system first. You can't serve anybody else without your nervous system. You're too activated and you're not going to act out of alignment. In fact, it is in your best interest and in your alignment to put your nervous system first, to put yourself first. Your energetic body is telling you a message and it's screaming at you. Please take care of me. Take care of me. Take care of yourself. Like when I went through the whole watching um, the story in the Middle East unfold, I had moments where I had to take a break, take a step back, tend to my nervous system, go for walks, make sure I'm nourishing my body, drink water, all the things. Lean on friends and family, have conversations. Through the act of talking, you are releasing that energy through the sound of your voice. If you need to cry, fucking cry. That crying is an act of energy work. If you need to scream, screaming in a pillow, which is like one of my top faves, is an act of energy work. It doesn't have to look like fancy Reiki. And Reiki's not that fancy anyways. It's accessible to everybody. In fact, you guys know John by now. He's been wanting me to teach him Reiki, but I haven't been drawn to creating a program for it. So I told him how I did it. I took a course in Udemy and I got attuned by that, and now I practice. It's so accessible. The program's only like $18, you guys. Everybody can know Reiki. I'm telling you that because I'm not married to making money off of it. I'm not actually. My journey with money has been becoming attached to needing to make money off of my work. And I can see in the collective now when I observe and witness our systems, when we look at what it looks like, what happens to the people when you put money first, and what our president is doing is literally putting money first before people. And this is the result. This is what it looks like on a grand scale. But there's lots of like little moments that you can see. We can see how putting money first breeds disconnection. If you've burnt out because you needed to survive, because you needed to work, because you needed money, your relationship with money breeded disconnection within you. So that is a micro example. Macro example is what is happening in our society right now. So tend to your nervous system first. Now, if you are one of those few and abundant folks out there with an a peak regulated nervous system, and not saying I don't speak out of hierarchy, you guys. Like, I love it. I love it for you guys who have this, who had We all are on separate journeys. It's not about hierarchy. For whatever reason, you're in this space. Universe's journey, your soul's journey led you to a place where you know you have all the tools now. You have all the tools now. You're regulated. So what do? What is your aligned action? So the first person, let's go down the line again. Person number one, you're not safe in your immediate environment. Seek safety. Seek help. Number two, you see everything going on around you. Your environment is safe. Your environment is safe. But your nervous system is so activated right now. Regulate your nervous system. That's the next step. And there's a plethora of ways to do that. I only named off a few because those are the ones that I do. And choose the ones that are easy for you. Trust that the path of least resistance is the way you're meant to go. Don't think, I should do this, I should do it this way, I should do it that way. Then you'll hit a wall. You'll hit a wall and you're blocking yourself from your aligned, regulated nervous system. So that's the second person. Path of least resistance to your regulated nervous system. Walk outside. Nourish your body. Drink water. Take a break. And then come back and be informed. Talk to your family. These are so accessible, you guys. Oh, another accessible one. I do offer free Reiki through paid subscription. If you want, sometimes we need and that's like the energy we're stepping into, right? And I painted this picture in the last episode, is I did everything in my power up until the moment, and collective energy was coming in hot, and I couldn't do it all on myself. I was like, it was a message. I'm going to lean on community on this one. I already know how to regulate my nervous system, but my nervous system was already like, I was like just reaching that point where I was feeling regulated again. And then the ice collective energy came through. The ice raids, they're in my county, and I chose to act on, or take the aligned action to ask for help through community. And this is divine feminine in action through community. How beautiful is that? Lean on your community. You have, from an abundant place, an abundant nervous system, and this is speaking to group 3 people. If you are have an abundance of in your regulated nervous system, and you can act on the behalf of others, oh my god, it's so abundant. You're so abundant. It's everything right now. Everything right now in our chaotic world, in our chaotic society. What is your aligned actions? Trust that in universe, source spirits, God's infinite wisdom, that you have everything that you need in this very moment. Something else I learned over the past, I think I learned this one in the past 6 months. You have everything at your disposal. Spirit had led me down a path where I am the least monetarily resourced I have ever been in my life. I'm like negative dollars in my bank account, you guys. I'm not even lying. Like I'll screenshot a picture and you guys can see it, but I don't like, I do want to share it, but I don't want to share it because I know it's activating for people. So I'll decide if I'm going to share what that looks like in my bank account. And my nervous system is regulated. Like I've been living in this state for a long time for whatever reason. Like I don't have the answers until hindsight is 2020. And we all know that. It is so annoying, but it's so true. So What is your aligned action in this moment as person number 3? What is your aligned action? What can you do right now in this present moment? Because present moment is where the quantum field exists. This is where we healed our past. This is where we can heal our past, heal our futures, and take action to build a new future. Everything happens right now, this very moment. You guys can't see me. If you guys aren't watching me, I'm pointing at me down, like now. Like I'm pointing, I'm gesturing, like this is the moment. This is your moment. This is your moment, you guys. And that could look anything. And I do invite creativity. If you're somebody who is naturally creative, it hasn't been programmed out of you, your natural creativity. We are human. We're all creative beings, by the way. Creativity was programmed out of me because I had a trauma when I was a kid. I think listen to episode 3 if you want to listen to my childhood trauma connection to art. But when we take in that creativity in our everyday moments, it doesn't look like art. It looks like problem solving. What can I do in this moment with the resources that I have? And that's basically like creating art. Like I only have like these colored pencils that I have, and I'm going to put this picture together with each stroke. What do you have at your disposal? A lot of people have cell phones. A lot of people can talk. A lot of people have a voice. They can say things. You don't even have to say them on your cell phones. You don't have to say them on your social media. Another line action might be having these conversations with your friends and family. Resources. If resources are coming into your field, and I also want to say this, whatever is coming into our field in our personal lives, it's all on purpose. So if resources haven't come to you, you don't have to seek out resources, but you might know somebody with resources and they're sharing resources, or they're telling you about resources. You can like, oh, can I have that resource so I can share it for somebody I might come in contact with later who might need it. It could also look like being abreast of the news by independent journalists. I will link 2 Substacks to 2 journalists that I have been listening to lately that have been very like helpful, and they're very objective and in the moment about everything that's going on. Independent by mainstream media that has a narrative, that has an intention that is not aligned with us. What is another aligned action for you in this moment as someone? Maybe you have money. Maybe you have an abundance of money and you can donate it or share it with somebody. Maybe somebody has a GoFundMe that's going on. I haven't seen any of those yet, but if you have seen them, share them with people. Like, we don't have to go and seek out content creators with big platforms. If we all trusted our immediate resources as a collective and took our aligned actions, it all equates to big aligned action for our collective. No matter how big or small it looks like, you don't have to flood a content creator's feed. They already like receive thousands. If like they have millions of followers, they already have thousands, like tens of thousands of messages probably. What can you do? Like sometimes, and I used to do this too, trust, like that's why I'm speaking on it. I used to do it too. How am I lending my power away to somebody else because I think they can do it better than I can? How am I not honoring the power I have now in this very moment? And if you listen to John and I's live yesterday, I got really hot about oneness and the division of the 3D. Oneness being 5D, division of the 3D. a division in the 3D. And I was sharing this download I shared on TikTok yesterday. And I got this visual. I was taking a shower. And my analogy or download, whichever you resonate with, neither is wrong. I saw each person as a cell, like in the cell of a human body. Each cell is unique in its operation to make the whole unit function as a whole. They have unique expressions, unique roles, and this is like an analogy for human design, why human design is so special. I love I love human design for this. How we are all different, how we are meant to operate and function and make our aligned decisions. What if we were all in alignment? No matter how big or small that looks like. Even the idea that this is big and small feels 3D to me. That little action energetically that you could take at this very moment that is aligned in your capacity and your um, current set of resources, it's the same energetics as somebody who has a bigger platform, has an audience. You're doing the same thing, it just looks different. I believe in, and if you don't know this by now, I like to share that I don't believe spirituality. I don't believe energetics, spirituality and energetics has a certain look. It's a feeling, it's a vibration, it's a frequency. These don't have a particular look. So if you are operating out of love and gratitude in this very moment with the like basically like and you're not like some person out there with like a huge following, you're doing it's like shirt off my back vibes. That is so abundant that you can share what you have in this moment. It's the same energetics. At least in my work it is. In my path, my journey, my work. And if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. It's okay. I'm not gonna I don't like to I'm not about shoving beliefs into anybody's throats. Okay. What else could be aligned action for someone who has an abundantly regulated nervous system? Um, reach out to your neighbors. Who are your neighbors that would be racially profiled and possibly detained? What if they are too scared to go outside? Make sure they have food and water. Make sure if you come across information that could be useful, maybe you know a lawyer, like a great immigration lawyer. That's information they could use. And I think I'm going to land on 3. There's 3 types of people right now. One who is not safe in their environment. You're not don't be expected to save anybody else. Don't feel pressured or expected to save anybody else. Put your nervous system first. Find safety right now in this moment. Number 2, the person who is safe in their immediate environment but has an activated nervous system for a plethora of things. Maybe you're working a misaligned job. Regulate your nervous system. Make changes in your life. Pivot. Um, go for that walk. What have you? Whatever that aligned decision is. If you do not know, and this is for person number 2 and number 3, you don't know how to make an aligned decision, what that looks like, you can join or listen to your intuition is probably the fastest one that I can think of. Listen to like most people are generators and manifesting generators. Listen to your gut. Make sure you're in a neutral place and or listen to those intuitive hits and follow those. If not, John and I do go into human design. We've been making lives now for almost every week for a month now, and it looks like it's going to be a series. On the replays are on YouTube, so if you want to learn more about your chart, and how to use your blueprint, how to live in alignment, how to make aligned actions, make aligned decisions. I think it feels like our next live should be how to make aligned decisions based on your design. And each live that we've made so far, we talk about the decision making, because that is the gold in human design, is taking aligned action. Like, the information is beautiful and validating for you, who you are as a unique person, but the gold is how to live in alignment, how to make aligned decisions. And if you don't know how to get that part down, then the rest of the chart doesn't matter. If you get that one piece down, you're living in alignment. If you are interested, I do use human design in my life coaching, Becoming Your Technicolor Human, as well, if that interests you. I haven't marketed that in a while, but I do provide 2 different tiers for Becoming Your Technicolor Human. One is you are working side by side closely every week, and I'm going to be using all the tools I have under my belt. My Reiki, we're going to do quantum hypnosis. We're going to evolve you in 4 months with all the work that every tool that I know under the sun. My second tier is for people who don't have as much time to devote to the work, and it's a bi-weekly meetups. So I've been linking that at the bottom of all my Substacks, so you guys can find it there. Since I think it's been over a month since I've been sharing that offering. And know that you are not alone. Not, it's not all on you. You're not alone in what's happening in the world. You are a collective. I am a collective. We are a collective. You don't have to solve the world's problems all on your own. Your aligned action added to the whole collective's making their aligned actions is everything. So if all of this feels overwhelming, take it back to your nervous system, take breaths. I also do breath work. I do so many things. Take a breather. There are so many pieces of content out there. There's like Insight Timer that my friend Renee's on. She teaches psychic classes. There's like tracks that you can breathe to on there, or on YouTube, or people put on free sound bath. There's so many ways to regulate your nervous system. If you are listening to this podcast, you have access to YouTube. You can find something online to help you regulate. And when you're regulated, you are abundant. When your nervous system is regulated, you are abundant. If you've been like, yeah, like, I got this. Oh, I know I'm gonna veer towards burnout. I know what to do. I have that tool. You are abundant. The universe prepared you for this time. And no shame for the folks who are not in the space yet. That's why we have each other. That's why I have this podcast, so I can share these stories, these words of wisdom, my real life experiential insight, so that you know what can be possible for you. I show up so that people can know what is possible for them. Anyhow, If you want to contribute to my work and my platform, the easiest and most cost effective way, there's two actually. Become a paid subscriber on Substack for $7.77 a month. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you guys my bank account. This is how I've been living, and I still show up. I still show up, and look at me. I don't feel like dysregulated or anything. So anything is possible. If I can have a negative balance bank account and show up regulated in my nervous system, I am choosing to believe what is possible based on the universe's unlimited capacity for possibility. I'm like living proof right now, you guys. Yeah, I'm going to share my account. I'm going to share my account balance on Substack, you guys. I actually don't know what it looks like right now. But um, if you want to support this platform, my work, I'm very like community forward in my work. Whatever money I get, I do take care of my bills, and then the rest goes to building the community, the platform, and to support people in social justice type situations. But I do it like in a different way. Instead of contributing to like a large cause, like I don't know what they do with that money. I like the way I use money. And I found that is very impactful when I find a family in need myself. And Universe dropped this family in Palestine that I connected to while I was on Instagram. And that was my first experience with contributing to somebody out there, like to a cause. But it was a real life person that I got to talk to and connect with through the internet. Blessings of the internet. Um, if you do become a paid subscriber, you get to experience my unlimited free Reiki based on, and it's unlimited because you can sign up for it as many times as you need. It's limited to how my capacity though. And right now I've only slotted it for twice a day, but I could probably do more. I just need people to sign up. Email me, reply to this email, or um, leave a comment on Spotify, wherever you like connecting to me on whatever platform that's on. Another way to support my work is to share my work. I'm just now getting into the rhythm of making TikToks. So my path has been slow, being seen, but that's my soul's path. It's not about doing more, it's honoring my energy, honoring my soul. So while I am taking my aligned action to reach my people, the people who need to hear my words, if you've received any resonances or insights, something in here was helpful for you, share my platforms, share my Substack, share my podcast, share this podcast, share my socials, and I will reach more people. We'll grow that way, and then we'll see what happens. I don't know what the future looks like until I get there. um, and again, I'm so grateful for all of you guys who chose to listen to me. I have a lot more listeners on Substack than I do Spotify, um, which is a little surprising to me because I've been on Spotify longer. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to my messages, engaging with my work, giving me something to comment to. Who am I talking to out there? It's very helpful for me um, to know that my words aren't lost on deaf ears, but I don't think so. Like, I'm showing up, and I believe that universe, in whatever time in the future you're listening to my voice in the past, it's all happening right now. I see you, person who's listening to this episode in the past or in the future. I see you. You needed to hear this, and I appreciate you for being here. All right, you guys. Leave a comment, tap the heart on Substack, leave a review, share it, like it. 5-star reviews on um podcast, like whatever podcast you listen to this to. And thank you. I'm so grateful for you. And I love you. And everybody be safe and tend to your nervous systems. Love ya. Mwah. Bye.